The principle of square roots states that for any non-negative real number k, if x squared equals k, then it is equivalent to x is equal to the square root of k, or x is equal to the negative or opposite square root of k. And let's take a look at an example. To solve this equation, we now can use the principle of square roots by taking the square root of each side, which results in x equal to the square root of 49, or x is equal to the square root of the opposite of square root of 49. Since this is a perfect square, we can simplify further for a solution of x equals 7 or x equal negative 7. Let's take a look at another example. Here we have a quadratic equation. To solve this, we will take the principle of square roots, taking the square root of each side, which resolves into x equal to the square root of 19, or x is equal to the opposite square root of negative 19. To check this then, we will replace x with the first solution, square root of 19. Squaring a radical gives us the radicand, and we have a true statement. The other solution, the opposite of square root of negative 19, when squared, a negative squared is positive, and square root of 19 squared will be 19, also a true statement. So we have two solutions to this quadratic equation. Let's take a look at another example. Here we want to isolate our variable first, and to do that we'll divide both sides by 5. We now have our variable squared equal to a number. We'll apply the principle of square roots, taking the square root of each side, which resolves into t is equal to the positive square root of 3 or the negative square root of 3. Let's take a look at one more example. Here we have a quadratic equation, and if we were to use the principle of square roots to solve this, we'd want to get the variable by itself. So first we'll undo the addition with subtraction of 7 from both sides. Next we'll divide both sides by negative 3. We now have x squared is equal to 7/3, and we're ready to use the principle of square roots. Taking the square root of each side resolves in these two answers, the positive square root of 7/3 or the negative square root of 7/3.